Hello and welcome to the Daily Coaching Lockdown Football Training Session. So today's session number 14 and today I have 4 key parts of the session for you. So we're going to start off with a warm-up, then we're going to move into a juggling challenge, then we're going to move into a ball mastery exercise, and then we'll be finishing up with a ball movement exercise, okay? Now, for this warm-up, you're going to need a space, you're going to need a ball, and you're also going to need 8 objects and 1 main object, okay? So the main object needs to be anything from a bucket, to a bin, to a box, to a bag, and then your 8 main objects need to be anything such as toilet rolls, cones, and I've even got a can in here as well, okay? So, once you've got your 8 objects, once you've got your main object, once you've got your space, and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this warm-up, what I'm going to do is I've got my main object in the middle of the area, middle of my space, okay? So whether it's a bucket, bin, a bag, a box, whatever it may be, that's going to be in the middle, okay? I've got the rest of my remaining 8 objects laid out around that main object, okay? So I've got things from the toilet rolls, cans, cones, okay? They're all spread out in their own individual space within the area which I'm working, okay? To begin with, you don't need the ball, so just put the ball to the side. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to see how quickly you can collect each of these objects, okay, and put them inside your main object, alright? So, when you're ready, we go 3, 2, 1, and go. So let's try and see how quickly I can collect all my different objects and put them inside my main object, okay? Cool, alright? And now I've tidied up my area, alright? Now obviously, depending on the space that you're working in, you can obviously put your objects more spread out around the area that you have, okay? Obviously further away from the actual main object. That will create some different types of movements, some quicker movements over longer distances, okay? And also, the more they're spread out and the more you're doing your own individual spaces, the more different types of changes of direction you're going to get, okay? So, set your area back out, that's the first one. Again, spread them out as much as you can. Vary in. Put some cones over here, cones over there, toilet rolls down here, cans, and toilet roll again. Cool, now just very quickly as well, before we do move on to the next variation, what you can do as well is you can change things up a little bit, so you can do it in orders. Okay, so I might say, for example, I'm going to collect all my cones first. Okay, so for example, cone, then toilet roll, then cans, okay, or again a different order which you want to as well. That's why it's good to have a variation of different types of objects. Okay. You could also try and do in reverse. So you could say, for example, once your objects are inside the main area that we have, the box, bin, bag, wherever it may be, okay, you can then possibly try and see how quickly you can get them back out into the spaces with variation, continuous movement, so once they're all in, then get them back out. I'll try and show you that one in this next one. The next one, then begin, ball in your hand, and you're bouncing towards your bouncing objects inside the area. Then just helps you to set up when you take the next variation into account as well, right? Cool, next one, on the floor, okay? This time travel with the ball of your feet, okay? You're not restricted to just your left or your right, or individual parts of your feet. We're combining all movements together. So inside, outside, sole, left and right foot, okay? And again, if you're at the younger age, especially when you get close to an object, stop, control it, pick it up, then make your move with the ball. Get to the area, stop, inside, like so, okay? For the older age group, you might want to try and see if there's a way to keep the ball moving. Still under your control, okay? So I'm taking the ball around here. If you need to stop it, get the control, that's fine as well. Okay, just combining different movements on the ball. Make sure you don't leave the ball or the object behind. And then again, reverse all done. And get back out again. Try and avoid these objects and put them back out as well if you can. Cool, like so. Right, so that one, lots of variation in movements, coordination as well when you're moving around the ball and picking up the object or putting them into a certain area, and also a lot of awareness, okay? A lot of awareness of where's the object, where's my ball, where am I heading towards, where's the main area I need to go to, okay, a lot of reaction as well. How do I move the ball, take it with me on that journey, okay, and make sure I get to my destination. Cool, give it a try, a few different variations there. No ball, bouncing the ball, just left, just right, left or right, using your feet, combination of different movements, left and right foot, inside, outside, sole, okay. Once you put them in, you can then try and do it in reverse order as well to keep that continuation of movement going if you're working quite a small space. If you've got a bigger one, expand the area you're working in, objects further away, more spread out and in different locations. Give it a try, good warmth to get us physically ready for our activity, also to get us mentally aware as well of objects, surrounding areas and the ball too. Cool, give it a try, see how you go. Cool, so that was the warm-up. So remember, some of the key points to take away from the warm-up is that there wasn't really too much of a focus on learning points. The focus was more so on fun and repetition of movements, okay? Going forwards, backwards, left, right, and even diagonal, okay? Changing our speed, so accelerating towards an object and then slowing down once we actually approach the object to be able to pick it up, and then accelerating back towards the main object to put it back into the area, okay? And then also as well, combining these movements with the coordination of moving the ball around at the same time, whether it be with our hands, left, right hand, combination of the two, or left or right foot, okay, using different parts of the feet as well to move the ball around. Take it with us on our journey, keep it under control, change direction to move it into a space, or change direction to move it away from an object so that we don't collide with it as well, okay? Cool, lots of repetition in there, like I said, more of an element on fun, but lots of different types of movements that we have to make, not only moving around, but also psychologically thinking as well. A really effective one for our warm-up. Cool, now we're going to move into our juggling challenge, and for this you need 4 objects, okay? Again, if you don't have access to cones, anything from jumpers, jackets, toilet rolls, cans, anything you have access to around the house, you need your ball and you need your space. Once you've got your 4 objects, once you've got your space, once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so for this juggling challenge, what you're going to do is you're going to set out your 4 objects like so. So there's a gate at one end, a gate at the opposite end as well, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the ball in my hand, one gate, okay? And I'm going to try and see if I can travel by juggling the ball with loads of different bounces in between, okay? Go through or around the gate and then come back to the opposite side. Once I've done that, and then go backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, and so on. Okay, there'll be a lot of repetition. But like I said, to begin with, you can have an unlimited amount of bounces really between. Just make sure that the ball doesn't go flat on the ground. If it does, then really start your go. Alright, so start with the between. Take your little touches. So try and fire the ball around the area. You might need a few more just to help you change the direction of your body, to help change the direction towards the new area in which and so on. Okay, so again, a limited amount of bounces in between. Obviously, just make sure the ball doesn't remain flat on the ground. It does restart to go. Using both your feet, left and right. Okay, I use the front area of my foot, my laces area, a bit between the laces and the front, and then also at times I use the insides of my feet to just to again help me keep control of that ball, to get a touch on it for the ball to remain up in the air. Remember what I said? A few bounces. Direct our body towards the direction of where we're actually traveling to. Okay, cool. This time we'll limit it to just one bounce. Okay, so this time we're going to have a bounce in between. On our right, we're going to have to react quicker now with the direction, in position of our body. Before we allow more bounces to do that, now playing one bounce, body might change position, direction. Again, loads of little lines up. Oh, it's not there. Start again. Just helping these touches to direct the ball towards movement and direction in which I want it to go. Cool. Okay, so one bounce in between on that variation. Then moving into the final part of the variation. This time, having no bounces in between. Okay, so again, a lot quicker with the reactions in terms of changing the positions of our body and the directions of our body as well. And again, don't rush it. Still taking light touches. We'll just do it on more of a repetitive motion now. Okay. So again, touch, touch. Harder this time to start again. Just try to steady. If we can keep the ground. The challenge is going to come when you're changing direction. Okay, it's pretty simple. Don't mean it like that, but I mean it's pretty standard in terms of just going forward direction. When I said, think about how to possibly change the direction of the body, like so. Alright, cool. Give it a try. So that one's no bounces. And then again, if you're of that really older age group, more experienced, more advanced, okay, and you sort of want to progress it nicely, and if you really want some challenges, then my advice to you would be, can we just try and get in as many different parts of the body as possible, okay? So you may have noticed at one point in that little exercise there was no bounces, I had to use my knee, okay? So we try and get the ball moving around, okay? Try again. okay? I'm just trying to explore using different parts of my body to help me juggle that ball, to help keep it up in the air, to help keep it away from the ground, okay? A few different variations. I limit your bounces in between, limit it to one, no bounces in between, be creative, use different parts of the body, travel in different directions, turn in the direction of the ball and your body as well, okay? Making lots of repetitive movements, getting lots of touch on the ball in various parts of the body and various parts of the feet. Give it a try, see how you get on. Cool, that was the ball juggling challenge. Now remember, some of the key points take away from that exercise is that we were focusing on two things: technique and movement, okay? So the technique element of it was understanding how and which parts of the feet or body to use to keep the ball up into the air and off of the ground, okay? It was also considering and thinking about the speed at which the ball's travelling. Do we need to slow that speed down, or do we maybe need to put more power behind our movement of our body part or our kick to be able to keep the ball up in the air and away from the ground for longer, okay? So those were two key things around technique. Movement, we was looking at the movement of ourselves, okay, so reacting to the movement of where the ball may be going to, and precisely that, the movement of the ball. So based on our technique and how we actually touch the ball, whether it be foot, whether it be body part, okay, and how much power we put behind it, that's obviously going to make the ball react and move in different areas, whether it goes up, whether it goes down, or it goes away from our body. And the important key element is that we react using our feet, okay, and our body to get into those positions on where the ball is moving to. That's the key thing to take away from that exercise. Cool. Now we're going to move into our ball mastery exercise, and for this you need a space, you need two objects. So again, jackets, jumpers, trainers, toilet rolls, cans, anything you have access to, and a ball. So once you've got your space, once you've got your two objects, and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool. So for this ball mastery exercise, what you need to do is you need to get your two objects and lay them out like so. So they have a space in between them and they're far apart. So I've got one on my left, one on my right. And I'm going to start just in this middle area, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to pick one foot to predominantly start with. I'm going to pick my left. I'm going to be using my inside and my outside, okay, for this ball mastery exercise, okay? And really focus on the techniques of using the inside and outside of my feet to move forward into a different direction and keep close control of it, okay? Now, the foot which I'm not using, so my right foot to begin with, I'm going to keep that shoulder width apart, I'm going to keep it on the floor, and that's going to help me to maintain and keep my balance whilst I'm practicing, whilst I'm repeating the technique of using inside and out on my left, okay? So, right foot planted on the floor, keeping your balance, okay? Left foot, just using the inside and outside of your feet, just to move the ball into different directions, okay? To the left and to the right, to the left and to the right, you know, keeping it under control. Just taking little touches. I'm just getting my feet used to that movement of pushing the ball either to my left or to my right, using the inside and outside of my feet, okay? As you become more comfortable and confident, you can start moving a bit quicker, okay? Just means you need to get your foot moving a bit quicker as well. Then after you've done that for quite a while, you then move on to the right, okay? Exactly the same situation. Left foot, shoulder width apart, planted on the floor, helping us to maintain, keep that balance. Then right foot, choosing inside and outside, just to push it left and right, okay? And getting comfortable, confident and used to moving that ball using the inside and outside of our feet, okay? There's lots of repetition in. You can either do it for a set amount of time, so I'm going to take, for example, 30 seconds, doing on one foot, then change on my other foot, or you might do a couple on one foot, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then change over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then change over again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on, okay? The key thing is that we're taking this one really slowly to begin with, just getting our foot used to actually touching the ball with the inside and outside, and the key thing, pushing it into a different direction, okay? So the ball's constantly moving around, and I'm forcing it left or right based on which part of my foot I'm using, my inside and my outside, okay? And obviously depending on which foot I'm using, left or right. Cool. This time we're going to get a little bit of more moving going into it, okay? So I'm going to keep my toes, and I'm going to be moving it from left to right, left to right. I'm going to be balancing a little bit, okay? I'm doing a bit more hopping. So it's not as static now. Just moving it around all with the insides and outsides of my feet. A bit of a hop one now. Okay, so I'm getting a bit more comfortable and confident using this technique. Again, I'll change over. Okay, so I can go a bit more with the direction of the ball as well. Okay. Balance is still crucial because we obviously still want to make sure that we can execute the technique with the foot which we're using and the foot which we're building this confidence with, okay, and understanding how to actually do a technique. But obviously we're moving around a bit more now. Big change here. A little bit more distance now when we change the direction of the ball. Okay, and so on. So again, repeat it a few times on the left and right foot. Okay, first one initially we're just getting touches on the ball, just to get our feet comfortable with actually touching the ball using those different parts of the feet. Second one, we're actually really thinking about the force in which you're pushing that ball into the opposite direction, okay, and then moving of our feet to be able to react and force it back into the opposite direction using inside and outside. Okay, and this time what we're going to do is just be moving along to either the left or the right cone. Okay, once it's over just pushing it times, okay, then move across to the right one, exactly the same. But this time what I'm going to be doing is I'm using this cone as a bit of guidance, okay, to see if I am actually pushing the ball into a new direction or if my ball is just staying stationary in the same area, okay. So when I use the inside of my foot on my right, I want that ball to go this side of the cone. When I use the outside of my right, I want to go that side of the cone. Okay, I'm just using that as a bit of guidance, alright? So inside, outside, inside wall, outside, inside, outside, 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 go across, inside, outside, inside, outside, okay, across again, more. Okay, and so on. So, use these cones with a bit of guidance, okay? Like I said, treat these maybe as a defender, so you could always like this may go one direction, then getting closer, and go that direction. No, I'm not going to go the opposite direction. Get lots of repetition within these movements, okay? Constantly across the opposite one, again, then changing quickly to get away. But more advanced players, more experienced players, older players, I want you to really think about that second touch, okay? So, I push the ball in one direction, and this is a quick change using the inside of our feet, okay? So pushing out to the outside of our foot, okay? Away from the defender, and then back in the opposite direction, okay? Outside, push, okay? Try one more time. Outside, push. Outside, push. Okay, we're getting some game realistic movements happening now, okay? We're building up gradually from getting used to the touches, the movement in that ball, okay, real change of direction, to then understanding little touch, bigger touch with acceleration. Okay, cool. Give it a try, see on this one it's all about repetition and just becoming comfortable and understanding how to execute this different technique using the inside and outside of our feet. Cool, give it a try. Cool, so that was the ball mastery exercise. Now remember, some of the key points to take away from that is that we've really focused on the technique element of it, okay? So we broke it up into a few different stages. The first stage was focusing on just getting our feet, inside and outside parts of our feet, comfortable with touching the ball and also moving the ball left and right, okay? Once we got a bit more comfortable with that, we moved on to the second stage where we've got a bit of movement within our body as well, okay? And we was keeping light on our toes with the foot which we wasn't using. And then we finally progressed it so that we was moving the ball left and right, okay? And we was really thinking about the first touch, which is a light touch, to change direction, and the second touch, which is a quick, bigger touch to accelerate and get away into a new direction, okay? And that's why it's really important to, number one, get lots of repetition in, but number two, to build it up appropriately so we can become comfortable and confident at each stage of understanding how to effectively execute that technique. Cool. Now we're going to move into our ball movement exercise, and for this you need a space, you need 4 different objects, okay, and you also need a flat surface, okay. So again, as always, flat surfaces could be walls, inside or outside, doors, inside or outside, objects, anything from jackets, jumpers, trainers, toilet rolls, cans, anything you have access to around the house, and obviously your balls. So once you've got your space, once you've got your flat surface, once you've got your 4 objects, and once you've got your ball, we're ready to go. Cool, so with this ball movement exercise, what I'm going to do is my 4 objects, I'm not going to use them straight away. So I'm just going to put them to the side and I'll let you know when to get them involved in the activity, okay? But apart from that, I'm starting to put on the floor, okay? And my flat surface, now it depends on how many flat surfaces you have around you. If you're inside a room, okay, and you obviously have access to maybe more than one wall, then brilliant. If not, then just use like one flat surface which you have, potentially if you're outside or if you're using a door. Okay, basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be exploring lots of different movements on the ball, so that's why it's a ball movement one, we're just travelling around, exploring how to use different parts of the feet, keep the ball under control, change different directions, okay, and then every so often, as I'm moving around, okay, travelling around the ball, different directions, using different parts of the feet, I'm then just going to pass the ball against my flat surface, okay, I'll move around, another flat surface, move around, flat surface, moving it around, surface, moving it around, okay, and so on. So I'm just getting lots of touch on the ball, lots of change of direction, lots of movement happening with the ball as well, and I'm reacting and passing the ball ever so slightly, just getting that involved in that sort of motion and that movement which I'm doing, okay, we're to pass it, move, receive it, carry on moving with the ball, alright? Cool, give it a try, go for about 30 seconds to a minute, just get as many touches on the ball as you can, explore using different parts of the feet, explore using both feet, find these movements, little bits of dribbling, little bits of passing, okay, and reacting based on the movement of yourself and the ball as well. Go. Different parts of the feet. Bring up the first pass. Keep turning around. Watch the touch you might take to receive that ball. Be creative using skills as well if you want to. Make sure that first touch can take your movement into a different direction. The next one to try and go. There we go. Last few seconds. Cool, and stop there. So, again, lots of changes in your movements, okay, whether it be on the ball, off the ball, okay, changing direction, changing speed, thinking about the types of touches, not only to keep under control, but also the type of touches to take the ball into a new direction, or that first initial touch once you actually receive the ball as well, okay? Cool, this time, get your 4 objects, okay, and literally lay them out in various places around the area. So, now 2 key tasks you have here, right? First one is obviously as you're moving around, try and avoid these objects, so try and avoid making contact with them, with your feet or with the ball. But also as well, this time, before I can make a pass, okay, against one of the flat surfaces or the only flat surface which I'm using, I have to visit one of these cones, alright? So I'm moving around, I visit one of these cones, now I make my pass, now I carry on moving. Visit one of the flat surface cones, visit the cone, pass, turn around, okay? We're just moving around, again, lots of variation with our movements, different parts of the feet, using both feet, visit the cone, moving around, visit the cone, touch, oh, the movement of the camera, good here. seconds. Cool, good time to stop. Right, so you've got the idea. Progressing it from just various movements on the ball, okay, exploring, covering as much of the area as possible, then adding obviously the objects, visiting the object before you actually make the passes or release the ball towards the flat surface, okay. You can change this up as much as you like. You can obviously add in more objects if you want to. You can possibly add in different types of objects, so if somebody else is around you, and say for example if you have a cone or a jumper, then you have a toilet roll. So I might say just shout moving around. Toilet roll, travel to the toilet roll, then you're making your pass, okay? Then you're making that releasing of the ball, okay? Alternatively, you can maybe shout out or go in different orders. So you might go to one object, so say for example moving around. One, now make my pass. Cool, this time two objects. One, two, now make my pass. Three this time, 1, 2, 3, now 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, now go back down again to 3, 1, 2, 3, now go fast, go all, then wait 1, 2, now 1, and then make way back up again, okay? So you can change these variations as much as you want. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 objects, and 4, 3, 2, 1. You can go 1, keep going for 30 seconds, then 2 objects for 30 seconds, then 3 objects for 30 seconds, and so on. Okay, the main thing is lots of repetition, lots of touches, lots of variation within the movement of the ball, whether it's controlling the ball with your feet, or whether it's passing the ball, releasing it, receiving it, and the touch, take it into a new direction or towards the area which you're traveling to. Cool, give it a try, be creative with it, and again, get lots of repetition involved. See how you get on. Cool, so that's the end of session 14. So just very quickly to recap on some of today's key points. Okay, so there was two main focuses. First one was techniques. Okay, we learned lots of different techniques today, whether it's the techniques of understanding how to juggle the ball and keep the ball up in the air, whether it was the techniques of understanding how to actually move and master the ball into different directions. Okay, so getting comfortable and confident using the insides and outsides of our feet and understanding which scenarios and situations we may use it in within a game. But with those techniques, the key thing was that we just found lots of repetition. Okay, lots of repetition and lots of changes of direction and changes of movement as well, okay? Because then again, that's going to help us become comfortable and confident in those different scenarios and situations, because we're not always going to be travelling in the same way, and also as well we may have more or less space potentially from opposition players, so it's really important that we do just practice and master those techniques, okay? That's the key thing with ball mastery, understanding how to use different parts of the feet or body if we were doing the juggling, okay, and moving the ball in different directions and different movements with a purpose. Okay, cool. Second one was movement, and it was a key thing with movement today is that we're obviously doing lots of it, so changing direction, going forwards, backwards, left and right, okay? But the key thing was the movement of the ball, okay? So we was reacting with our feet and with our body to the movement of where that ball was going to either keep it under control or to keep up with the technique in which we're trying to develop, okay? And trying to enhance further. Cool. As always, I really hope that you liked today's session. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, interact with the video, let us know how you get on, share some of the good feedback, okay, let us know any types of sessions that you want to see, please do, because I want to make sure we get them involved in as well, so it's really benefiting you to the best of its ability. I hope you like the session, I look forward to seeing you in the next one, take care, see you soon, goodbye.